My name's George Georgiou. I'm from England. I was born in London, but now I live on the coast in a place called Folkestone. I'm a photographer, documentary photographer. I first came here maybe 17, 18 years ago. I was doing a job for a Greek magazine, and first they sent me to Plovdiv to photograph in Plovdiv, and then the roses when they were picking roses, and they wanted me to do the festival of the roses, but they realised that it wasn't for another 2 weeks, so I couldn't sit and wait for 2 weeks in Bulgaria. So they, instead of sending me back home, they told me to come down to this area because of the connection with Greece. So I was working, it was just a job for, it was a travel magazine in Greece, and so there was one woman who lives in Alexandroupolis who has a museum of Thraki in Alexandroupolis, and she's been travelling in this area for nearly 40 years. And she has this amazing collection of things from Bulgaria, Greece and Turkey. Old costumes, all the tools, the work tools. She has rooms that are recreated from 100 years ago. And she knows this area, and she was the one that was advising me on which villages to visit. And Mandritsa was one of the villages. Okay, so after I'd been here, I mean, I really enjoyed it. It was May, beautiful time, lots of birds. It's beautiful weather. So, but I didn't really think about it again until my friend Glenn Alexandra, who has a house, he was looking to buy a place in Bulgaria, and he was looking in the north first, and he didn't really like it. And I was saying, you have to look in this area. And I couldn't remember the name of this village, but he was looking online, and he found this house on eBay. And when we did a Google search, Street View, we saw the square, and I remember the square with the star.
Oh yes.
So I kind of go, yeah, this is a really great village. It's one of the silk villages. And Glenn, he bought the house on eBay, and I think maybe after 1 year he came to see the house, and then when he came back, he was, told me that these two houses were available and I should come and have a look. So we, a few days later, we got on a flight, and I was here, and I ended up buying the two houses. Generally not so long, but apart from last year, where I came for 10 months, so during the COVID time I came in October. The plan was to stay 3 weeks, and the 3 weeks turned into 10 months. I don't know, everything is very flexible in my life, so we will see what happens. Oh, everything really, the nature, the simplicity, the quiet, the people, yeah, it's just everything, it's just very natural, it's unspoiled, apart from the houses falling down. But no, it's just, I think it's just being in the nature. It's almost like you're living in another time. I think things could be easier, like the municipality could fix things, like when the roads get washed away by the rain, maybe someone can come and make some repair. The water system, I dislike a lot, because it's always breaking. So this is really difficult for people, I think, to always have this water off, on. Electric system could be better, you know. So I think it's kind of like it's been forgotten, Mandritsa. It's not, you don't see the civil element happening here from the Avilagrad or from the government in this area. Apart from, I would renew all the water. I would put proper defences into the village for like when the water comes from when we have big rains, instead of the water passing through the village and destroying the roads, I would divert the water. It's a very simple thing. It's known where the water comes, so it could be diverted into the river away from the village. I think it's just been in the. I mean, for me, it's. I mean, I'm a city person. You know, I was born in London. I've lived in Athens. I've lived in Istanbul. I lived in Belgrade. So I've always lived in big cities. And so for me, it's just being in nature. You know, and this kind of simple life. It's a big, drastic change for me. I always recommend it. I mean, there's a lot of people now that want to escape the cities, and I think even more since the COVID, you know. And I kind of think, I mean, here it's interesting because, I mean, although I talked about some of the negatives, there are also kind of some of the pluses, because I think here you're kind of off the grid. You know, you're away from the towns and the cities. You can really do your own thing here, and in a sense, because there's, you know, there's not many people here, you know, things are wild, and that's actually quite nice, the wildness of it. I mean, and so I think, I mean, I would recommend it. I think the houses here need to be saved. And I mean, that's the tragic thing here, is to see every year more houses being falling, you know, being destroyed, the weather.